Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning I want to talk to you about lifestyle creep, something that oftentimes people don't relate back to why we're in the situation we are in America. So let's jump right into it. So last series, I talked to you about obstacles when it comes to debt and what situation not only our country is in, but us as consumers and us as residents of our country are in as well. And as I mentioned in that series, we are a product of our environment. And that's why I wanted to jump into talking about lifestyle creep. And I bring up lifestyle creep because we are in a serious predicament in regards to our debt. And I believe a lot of that is brought on from overconsumption and overconsumption of goods and services by utilizing debt, by utilizing credit. So as Americans, it is so easy for us to get locked in on what's next. What are we working towards? Whether it's our career or whether it's expanding our families, we can so easily see that promotion from work or that bonus or that pay raise as an opportunity to increase or inflate our lifestyles. And oftentimes we justify this and this becomes a social norm because we say it, it's for the kids, or we're moving into that neighborhood in order to be closer to friends and be in the right school district. And we're driving that big luxury SUV in order to have a safe means of transportation for our families. And we go into these modes where we justify inflating our lives based on needing and having needs associated to our careers and our home lives that dictate the inflation of our lifestyles. So being a decade plus past the Great Recession, there's many aspects of day-to-day life that there are no indicators that even happened. I mean, we've surpassed so many indicators that would have been alarming, but for many, we have operated in this place of comfort, in this place of abundance, and in this place of expansion that we feel like will never end. But everything is cyclical, and it is so easy for us to get comfortable and to balloon our lifestyles to fit within or exceed our incomes. So lifestyle creep is essentially influenced by not only our incomes growing over time, but also our influences who convince us that from a family, friend, or even social standpoint, that we need whatever that is, whatever X is, in order to have a more fulfilling life, in order to live a more fulfilling life. And with that, you have to be really careful about the external pressures, because oftentimes those are the very things that lead us to living beyond our means. And oftentimes these things that we think are needs are actually not essential, and oftentimes, unfortunately, they're even frivolous. And so I think what's important to look at from a standpoint of lifestyle creep is that lifestyle creep that's going on in my life, can I actually even afford it, or is it enacted, or is it actually being pressured by external forces that I need to be mindful of, so that I don't get stuck in a trap per se of expanding my lifestyle every time my income increases. So we all struggle with wanting to improve our quality of life, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you can afford it. But even as my mind works in the sense of delaying gratification, I even expanded my lifestyle by purchasing a home that was about twice the size of my prior residence. And that home, it needed some work from my eyes, and so from my standpoint, so I spent about $40,000 to invest in making that house a home. And so from the standpoint of landscaping or flooring or updating fixtures or appliances, all of that in my mind needed to be upgraded. But what I realized through that process is how easy this trap is, how easy it is to expand your lifestyle and not realize how many other aspects of your life that actually affects. And as you inflate your lifestyle, you're not just buying that bigger house like I did, but my utility cost went up. Not only did the house require more energy, but also it had more rooms. I had to furnish those rooms. And beyond that, oftentimes the maintenance of a home that large was also higher as well. And so with that, you have to think about, as you inflate your lifestyle, can you reasonably add in that compound effect that can seemingly set in when you feel like, oh, well, I have this house now I need furnishings to fit that house. Oh, now I need to look the part for that house. Maybe I need to upgrade my vehicle. Maybe I need to to eat out and enjoy life in that new community. And so many times what can happen in that case is we can inflate lifestyle that is comfortable, but we can inflate that lifestyle to something that's unsustainable if we're not careful. So why am I bringing up the topic of lifestyle creep in the midst of credit, in the midst of focusing in on unsecured loans? And I think what that really comes down to is the fact that these are areas that most people don't think about. They don't think about counting the cost when it comes to expanding their lifestyle and all of the aspects that counting the cost of that lifestyle would have prevented and would have protected you from. And oftentimes what we can do is not count the cost, and so therefore we press on forward, purchase whatever we have our heart and mind and eyes set on, and in retrospect not realize that we are building in less and less margin into our personal finances, and we are mortgaging our futures with those decisions. So my motivation always comes down to building more margin in my personal finances and helping other people build margin into their personal finances. So this is not at all to critique people's lifestyles when they have earned a living and they have been able to increase and improve their lifestyles. That's not it at all. This is more of a reality check for those who may be living that lifestyle before they can afford to, and maybe living beyond their means or at their means, not allowing them to save for retirement, not allowing them to actually save for a rainy day, and not allowing them to prevent going into debt in order to live that lifestyle. So although I love to live a simple life that is very focused in on the things that really matter to me and building margin for those things specifically, these traps of lifestyle creep are difficult for me too. And I've gone through cycles of expanding my lifestyle and then contracting it because of the stress that comes along with maintaining everything that I added in. And so my encouragement today is to look at your life from a standpoint of what aspects you've allowed lifestyle creep to expand and grow that were not intentional. And oftentimes these aspects that are unintentional, that are not intentional, get away from us and have a compound effect. And what I would encourage you to do is evaluate those things. Make sure the things that are in your life are actually bringing the value that make them worth you putting your time, talent, and resources into. If this information is helpful to you, explore the Margin membership, where me and my team will help you take the information you're learning and apply it to your life and your finances. I've built an interactive course that allows me and my team to come alongside people like you to help you revamp your finances and build margin into your life. Click the link in the description below for more information.